And my dad and I didn't always see eye to eye. My senior year of high school, my dad really didn't want me to go to college, didn't think I would. He was convinced that it would just be a waste of time. I was going to go and blow it. And he stringently urged that I join the military. In fact, most people don't know this, but I had actually, at one point, was going to join the Air Force. But the harder my dad pushed for a career in the military, being a typical 17-year-old, rebellious 17-year-old, and my dad and I at that point in our lives didn't have really what you would call I wouldn't call it a toxic relationship, but we didn't have the greatest relationship in the world. So anyway, my dad pushed, so I pushed back, and I regret it now that I am much older. I feel like I probably would have benefited greatly from military service. It's a regret. Nothing I can do about it at my age. I volunteer for the Veterans Memorial Museum primarily to give back, to honor my dad's legacy. My grandfather, who helped build Camp Shelby, who helped build Keesler, who was in the Army Occupation Force in Japan for a year after World War II, or at the end of World War II. My father-in-law, Mickey, who was in the Navy. It was an expected thing that you served your country, and I didn't do that. So this is, I guess, belatedly, this is my way of serving. And anyway, this cross is dedicated to the almost 60,000 men and women that didn't make it home. I'm about halfway through watching the Ken Burns documentary about the Vietnam War. One of the reasons I was a history teacher for 25 years and I've read a lot, but I've always wanted to dive deeper into that period of our history, the civil rights and the Vietnam War, just the 60s and early 70s, because that's when I was growing up. And there's just something about it that touches me. Not always in a good way, but helped make who I am. But anyway, this is for the men and women that died, that were wounded, that maybe didn't die on the battlefield, but came home and died a little bit every day, physically, emotionally, spiritually. This is my way of doing something to honor them. It was an unpopular war. It was an unpopular period in history. I just wanted to give back. I just wanted to do something to say that it meant something to me, for my life, for the life that I'm allowed to lead today, right or wrong, we've grown, we've changed because of Vietnam. I'm not going to dive into the political ramifications. My dad served his country, and like I said, even though my father and I maybe didn't always have the best relationship, I still respect what he did. I still respect what they all did. And so this is for them. This is for those men and women who served in one of the darkest periods of American history, and who they did what they were asked to do, pretty much by what proved to be a lot of ungrateful people that did not understand. I'm not sure they understood. But anyway, I'm not trying to be morbid or this is basically me trying to explain my motivation behind doing this. I love my father. I didn't always understand him. I don't think he understood me a lot of times. I'm not sure a lot of people really understand me. I care deeply about things. This is one of them. My hope is that by sharing this, people will look upon the Vietnam era and those that served with a different view, with a fresh eyes, with a fresh viewpoint. So many men and women serve our country, and they really ask for nothing in return but simply thank you and the respect and appreciation that what they do is important, and I think we owe it to them. So this flag cross is dedicated to the men and women who served in Vietnam. It is my gift, and I love you all. Thank you.